For this video, we're going to look at comparing simple versus compound probability. So I'm going to start off with the simple side first, and then we'll get into the compound probability second. So for simple probability, it's, again, just one fraction because it's one event. So getting tails on a fair coin would be 1 out of 2 because there's heads and tails. Rolling a 5 on a number cube. So on a cube has 6 numbers. Out of those 6, 1 is a 5. Rolling a prime on a number cube. So again, if I have the numbers 1 through 6, the numbers 2, 3, and 5 are our prime numbers. So that's 3 out of 6 and simplified to 1/2. So again, please make sure you are simplifying your fractions from here on out. All right, so here is our spinner. Oh, and I forgot to add, 1 is prime nor composite. It's just those 3 numbers, 2, 3, 5. So it's a number that's divisible by itself in 1. So like 5 can only be 5 into 1 can go into it, whereas 6 has 6 and 1, 2, and 3, and which makes it composite. So 2, 3, 5 are prime numbers. Okay, so spinning a 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. Out of those, I have 1, 3. And again, do you see how these are out of order? So always make sure you have 8 total. The highest number is 8, but that doesn't mean there's going to be 8 sections. And then spinning an odd number. So again, we count our numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are odd? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8, which simplifies to 1/2. All right, so let's look at the compound probability. So remember, compound is more than one event. So we find the probability of each event separately with a fraction, and then we're going to multiply it together. So when we saw the word or, it meant to add. But now you're going to the word and means to multiply. Okay, so getting tails on a penny. So that's my first event. So getting tails on a coin is 1 out of 2. And is your multiply. So what's the probability of getting heads on a nickel? Well, 1 out of 2. So again, 2 separate events. This is a penny. This is a nickel. Nothing to do with each other. But we can find the probability of getting that event. So 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. And we cannot simplify. Okay, so the next one, rolling a 5 on a number cube, then rolling a 1. Again, there's that word and, so we're going to roll a 5. So that's going to be a probability of 1 over 6. And we're going to multiply, and then the probability of 1, which is 1 out of 6. So here's for the number 5. Here's for the number 1. So again, 2 separate fractions for 2 different events. So we're going to multiply the top, multiply the bottom, and we cannot simplify. So the next one, rolling a 6 on a number cube and then rolling a number greater than 3. Okay, so first event's rolling a 6, so that's going to be 1 out of 6. There's that word and for us to multiply. Then rolling a number greater than 3. So greater than 3 would be 4, 5, and 6. So we have 3 out of 6 numbers. So I'm going to multiply the top, multiply the bottom. And this time we can simplify. I'm going to divide that by 3, which is 1 over 12. And if you wanted to, if you saw that 3 over 6 is 1/2, you can go ahead and reduce it and then multiply. Don't have to reduce it at the end. And again, so here was for number 6 and then greater than 3. Again, 2 different fractions because they're 2 different events. Okay, so this one can be a little tricky. So it says spinning a 3 2 times in a row. So most of the time you would think you want to add them together. There's not the word and. But again, it's 2 different events. I'm going to spin a 3 once and then spin a 3 again. So there's that word and, is spinning it once and spinning it again. So the probability of spinning a 3 once is 1 out of 8 because we're using this spinner. And we're going to do it again, 1 out of 8. So we multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and we cannot simplify. Okay, so this next one, last one for this side, so spinning a number less than 4 and then a number greater than 4. Okay, if we look at our spinner, again, we have 8 sections. So less than 4 would be 3, 2, 1. So that's 3 out of 8. And then a number greater than 8
Pardon the interruption.
would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
A Chromebook this period today, a Chromebook check.
So we're going to multiply the tops.
I have shared with you a
I'll
list
stop real
of
quick.
students by grade and their device number. If you could run a Chromebook check during your class, and if there's any issues with anything, feel free to send them to the office or call me with any questions. Thank you.
All right, sorry for the interruption. So spinning a number less than 4, so that'd be 3, 2, 1. And then spinning a number greater than 4 would be 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's 4. So we're going to multiply the top. 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 8 would be 64. And then I'm going to simplify. So I'm going to divide that by 2, which would be 6 over 32. And then I'm going to divide it by 2 again. So we get 3 out of 16. And that cannot be simplified. Okay, so our next video, we're going to dig more into the replacing and not replacing.